Good morning. Good morning. It's so wonderful to be here with you. A little bit late. Surprise, surprise. Mercury is retrograde and retrograde in Aquarius. So, my apologies. Again, I wanted to get ready and make sure everything was going well. I think good. Ruth Rose. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Ruth. Thank you. I believe I've done public, so I always appreciate your checking and backing me up here on that. So thank you so much. Rose, yay. You commented, and Pamela. So I've got Rose, Pamela. Okay, good. I've got two people already. Just the next person too. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you. Catherine. Okay, I've got my three people for today. And I think I'm going to take this bracelet off because I can hear it clunking already and making some extra noise that we don't need. So, hey, Wendy. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. This is so great. I am so excited because tomorrow is February. It is hard to believe that this is the last day of January. Now, yesterday, Mercury, Aquarius, when it is Mercury is retrograde. It went retrograde yesterday. Hey, Benita. And it's now the last day of January. Mercury will be retrograde until February 20th. It went retrograde at 26 degrees of Aquarius, and it will go direct on February 20th at 11 degrees of Aquarius. The one thing about now is this beautiful sun in Aquarius and this wonderful Aquarius energy is helping us adjust to the groups, to social, to how we are, and with friends and groups and connections, and we're renewing those in a different way. We've got we still have a lot of things. Oh, today's Peter's birthday. Happy birthday, Peter. Oh, that's great. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I know that you're going to be singing happy birthday to him, Catherine. I know it with that beautiful voice of yours. So here we are, Sun in Aquarius. Today it's that Aquarian energy about our redefining. And I love that word for this year, especially after, and we're still not out of the woods yet, but we can see light at the end of the tunnel as we move forward. We're redefining relationships, how we connect, how we make that happen. Mercury is retrograde, as I said, so of course it's allowing us that time to reconnect in a different way, but also to get comfortable with what's happening, to know that what we're doing is the right way for now. And we're doing it with an always, as a Virgo. Okay, well, the moon is in Virgo right now, but Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius. So with that going on, it's allowing us the adjustment. We've been at almost like a fever pitch on so much information and so much happening around us. And now it's that opportunity to adjust to it and finding the patience within you. In finding that patience within you, it's acceptance that this is what that's happening around us, and I'm okay. It's that acceptance that it's going to be all right. Hey, Brenda, yay. What's so exciting is and I want you to listen carefully because this is really exciting, I think, because we're moving towards that place of being us, who we're supposed to be. So it's about your being that individual self, that person that is you, that authentic self, and still be part of a group. Instead of aligning with the masses and following, you're now your own personal leader, and you still can interact and still participate with a group. That's total freedom. Think about that. That is so exciting. That is such freedom. Such freedom. Being yourself, accepting who you are, and still participating in whatever groups that you want. Because by then, you're not worried about what anybody thinks about you. If you want to participate on your own terms within the parameters of that group, you can do it without having to be a cookie cutter person that's part of it. And many times we feel like if we belong to a group, we have to align with some of the parts of that group that maybe aren't us. And this is the beauty of this time. We get to be ourselves and we get to be part of the group. Both. Total freedom. Brenda, we miss you too. And I'm so glad that you're here. And we do have to connect today. So if you have some free time, I'd love to catch up with you. That would be so great. Sydney. Okay. Thinking of you, Sydney. I know that last Sunday was a lot. So sending lots of love your way. Now Mars is coming into a square with the sun. And that's happening tomorrow, but we're feeling it now. There's just been a lot of energy, and I have to tell you a story after this. So, any problems that are cropping up, because Mars is stirring the pot, so any problems that are cropping up also means that there is a solution, that you will find a solution for this. So that's what's really, really good. Yes, it's stirring the pot. Yes, it's slapping you in the face in a sense, but there's a solution. So my story for this is, which is really exciting, is that I had my roof checked. We're getting a lot of rain here in Tallahassee, and I'm sure we're not the only area that's happening. So I got my roof checked, and this is right on the day of the full moon in Leo. And of course, that's my sign, and it was right on my ascendant, right on my Pluto. And sure enough, guess who has to get a new roof? The beauty of that is, yes, I have options in how to pay for it. Yes, it's going to be repaired and I'm going to be safe and I'm going to have actually appreciate the value of my home with a brand new roof that's now going to be safe and secure for many years to come. And the same day that all of this is going on, I still went and had my nails done, and I still had another plumbing repair that had to be made. All of it was happening. It was all like going crazy, but there were solutions to everything. That's the point. I didn't look at it as a problem that I couldn't fix. I didn't look at the problem. The solution came right along behind it. And that's what was so exciting, because I have a house that can be repaired. I own a home that can be repaired. That is abundance. I have wonderful friends. I have good support. I have people helping me. That is abundant. It is so great. It is so great. Pam, how about we do that? I'll call you after this Facebook Live, and we can just talk personally, okay? Because I have the first 3 people that are here, but I'm happy to touch base with you as soon as I finish. I'd love to do that, Pam. So we're going to do that today after I'm done. So here we have things cropping up that we hadn't anticipated. And I'm always learning with this astrology, because here I'm saying we have this T-square, and you know, we've got the Taurus energy, and then the full moon in Leo, and then opposite that, everything happening in Aquarius. Well, in that grand square that could have been was Scorpio, that kind of got left out of the picture. Well, for me, Scorpio is my home. So all of that intense energy channeled down to that sector of my chart. It just focused it all like an arrowhead. It focused it, that pointed right directly there. So I was anticipating it would be in the opposite direction. So we're always learning. And the point is that being prepared for whatever's coming up is most important. And that can be hard. But we're here. We're in Aquarius. We're in this wonderful, phenomenal, friendly energy. And it is terrific. So, Pam, I'm doing horoscopes today, so I know that you want to get in on yours as well. So we are, okay, I know you are rolling around on skates. You are. No problem, Pam. So I saw Aquarius first, and that was Pamela. So I've got that down, and since we are doing horoscopes, if there are some horoscopes you want to hear first, please let me know, because this is the horoscopes for February. Now, I did want to point out that there is a new special for February, and that is, I love this reading. I really love this reading. It's called Connect with Joy. And this reading is half price. It's 30 minutes, and it's really spectacular because, I got you, Ruth, because it can be done with you as an individual to find out for yourself where you are actively receiving the joy and actually and really enjoying life, and where you're blocking it, where you find where joy comes easily to you, and where you have to work at finding it. So it's really spectacular in doing that. So for you as an individual, it really helps focus, because if we're not in a joyful place and if we are blocking, we are then blocking our abundance. And that is an amazing thing that we don't want to happen. The law of attraction always works. It's consistent. It's consistent in if we're not thinking the thoughts we really want to think, or if we're thinking fearful thoughts or whatever, that's what we're attracting more of. If we're thinking those joyful thoughts, that's what we're attracting more of. Success in life is measured by the joy that you have and receive and give. It's about the joy in your life, and that's what this reading connects to. It connects to how joy is in your life, at what level, and how you can make it work better. The other part of this, and it's still the same price, is that you can do this reading with a significant other, a romantic person that in your life. It can be a business person to help communication, to help get you in the same space so that you can work better together. It can be a personal relationship, and it can be a family member. This reading, once you align with joy, improves communication, improves how you relate to each other, and the joy just naturally expands. It can't help it. It has to go that way. So the beauty of this, and those readings that I've done with couples have been outstanding, because these are committed couples, not people that are coming to me with problems. They're committed in their relationship, but they want to make it better. And that's the whole point of connecting with joy, to make life better. So anyway, that's $49. It's the link is in the notes. Tarot Flow is now February 13th, 10 o'clock in the morning. And so it is fantastic for those of you that have participated. It's the single card reading, plus Angie's amazing ability to create a beautiful oil blend, essential oil blend that aligns with the readings. So that's spectacular. And online tarot gallery reading is Tuesday at noon or Tuesday evening. So just use those links and sign up. And if you have any questions about what the difference is between all of that, please reach out. Please reach out. So right now I've got Aquarius, Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra. So if there are any other signs, yes, Brenda, the 13th at 10 o'clock. That's Saturday, February 13th. Tasha has her manifested board for money at noon. So this is going to be, it's just about an hour, Brenda, and it will be before that. So it kind of creates a wonderful foundation for going into creating the manifested board, because you've got this great energy going already. And it's, again, Valentine's weekend, which is always opens up and makes us feel very loving and caring. And whether we have a significant other in our life, it's about how much we love us as well. So that's where it all starts. That overflowing cup that we can share with others. It starts with us making sure our cup is overflowing. So it's really a great thing, Brenda, and I think you'll love it. And as Ruth says, it's awesome. It is awesome. It is awesome. Okay, Benita, I'm going to put you down as Virgo. And if you know your rising sign, please listen to the rising sign along with your sun sign. So both of those really count. So let me go to Aquarius, since we are in Aquarius. Let's go with that. Okay. Happy birthday, Aquarians. That's the best thing I can say. So many planets are in your sign right now, and your talents are truly appreciated. So come forward now. Get involved and share. You are being recognized. So allow that time to happen. Now your home has been kind of rocky with a few surprises, and that's no big surprise to you, I know. And then, so with that, watch what happens around the 17th. Things are in a shift. Children are very much at home now. There's a lot going on. So join in, and join in with what they're doing instead of trying to create an activity for them. They've been home for a while now. We're kind of in this mode, and allow them to create whatever that is, and you participate with them with what they created. And it's another group activity that's really super and wonderful. And you don't have to be the organizer of it. You allow the children the opportunity and the kids that moment of creativity. So February is a good month for you, Aquarius. It's a boost to luck and romance. So join in and get involved with groups. Make those connections. It is terrific. Sagittarius. Okay, here we go. It should be a lot easier now, Sagittarius, to sort out your daily life right now. Maybe learn a new skill, just relax, but just that daily life that's become hectic is now going to ease up. February 11th, the new moon activates your solar third house of communication. So work in this area where you excel. So whatever level of communication you're working with, excel in that area in terms of leveling it up. Do it more heart-centered. Do it more from the heart. Do it more with feeling. Family right now, or people and groups that feel like family, are in this place of, are they enough or are they too much? It's like one or the other. You're feeling like you're not even in the center of the seesaw. You're either way down here with too much going on, or way up here with, well, where are they? So it's back and forth right now. It's that seesaw effect, and just go with it. Go with it. If you're not seeing them, stay in touch, communicate, text, email, call, old-fashioned calling with the phone. Sometimes I do that with Ruth. I say, okay, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to call you, because the texting can get out of hand, especially when you have a lot of information to give. So if you are in a relationship, all is calm and well. If you are single, be patient. There's a lot of potential coming in the future. So just acceptance, and that allowing and that calm. Go for that. That's the most important part for you, Sagittarius. You're a fire sign, so that's not an easy place to go for you, but you can do this. Pisces, you are the sign most suited to privacy and isolation. So the new moon on the 11th is powerful for intention or releasing fears. And that's because the new moon's in Pisces. So this month sets the tone for the rest of the year, and possibly with regard to working behind the scenes. The reason for that is that if, as a sun sign, you put Pisces at the first house, Aquarius goes into the 12th house. And the 12th house loaded in Aquarius with so many planets there, it's giving you that opportunity to catch your breath and work quietly behind the scenes. It doesn't mean that you're not recognized, that you're not being productive, that you're not being accomplished. None of that applies. It just means that you may be doing it in a quieter way this time, and that's okay. So plans may change, and not being able to see certain of your nearest and dearest people could be a disappointment. Stay in communication. The most important part, stay in communication. And the most important part, be good to yourself. Accept that these are the conditions right now. Don't beat yourself up about it. You're not in control of this, especially with Mercury retrograde. So just ease into it and accept it as we go along. Single or attached, you're feeling very, again, solo this month. So this is more of a isolated time for you, and it's not a bad thing. For these things to happen, it's for us to take a look inside of what we need to work on. Things are bubbling up to the surface. Triggers are around you. Now is the perfect time to say, this is it, this event, this thing triggered me. Why and how do I deal with it? Do I want to keep acting this way? Do I want to keep responding this way? So in this time of solo activity or whatever is going on, in this time, and Lord knows most of us have been isolated to a certain degree. In this time of doing that, it's offered us the opportunity to take a look inside. And sometimes that's not easy, and sometimes that's not pretty, but it's necessary. Because clearing out that dust in the corners makes it so much easier to live and to breathe. So that's what's really, really, really good. Okay, Scorpio. Home and family are always important to you. That's just who you are. You are the most intense sign of the zodiac. You are Scorpio. You're ruled by Pluto and Mars. You dig deep. You look underneath everything and sometimes too much. We keep looking at, digging deep to look at why things are happening instead of just saying, I'm tired of this. I'm just going to move forward and make my life better through just accepting this is what it is. Let me go forward instead of replaying the same old stories and retelling the same old stories. So for Scorpio, this is really, really a good month for you because you get a chance to make some sort of fresh start that suits almost everybody. It's like a reboot. It's a redefining, because I love that word. It's a redefining of what it is that's going on for you right now and making it better, streamlining it, not wading through the sludge of whatever we're holding on to and stuff from the past and everything. It's like shaking that off and saying, you know what? I'm better than this. I can do this. I'm tired of telling this story to myself. It's not true anymore. It's not true anymore. And it only stays active because I keep telling it. Now I can do something better with it. With a focus on home, you may move or fix up your home. See, there's that Scorpio thing for me. Older relatives may need some extra care also, so you may have to reach out. You may, and it's a little difficult now, especially if you can't be in contact, but you still physical contact, but you can still be supportive in other ways. So romance may get off to a slow start this month, but love is durable. So if you're in a committed relationship, it kind of seems like same old, same old. It's really not. It's now time to know that this is a solid relationship. If you are alone, later in the month is more ideal to begin reaching out. I was watching on TV about what the new dating scene is for people and how it's happening online and over the apps. And it was very interesting that many people felt that it was really a good way to sift and sort through people that you find connections with because you're not fully engaged physically in their presence. You're now developing a friendship, developing a relationship, and then deciding if you really want to come physically meet each other. And of course, after testing and all that other good stuff. So it's really quite a process and really different. Again, though, the same thing that we're finding for ourselves and learning more about ourselves and appreciating ourselves, not just beating ourselves up, the same thing is happening in creating new relationships. So I think that's kind of cool. It actually is making it better. Okay, Libra. Now is the time to unleash your inner artist, or at least do something creative and fun. Whatever that happens to be for you, create. You have the juices to do that. You have the vibes to do that. All the activity in Aquarius has you entering a new phase and becoming more prominent in your job, becoming more successful in your job and the community. People are reaching out to you for your expertise, for your service, for your product, whatever that happens to be. So the new moon on the 11th helps you even more to identify, clarify, and redefine your path. Your path. You know what you're doing right now. You seem pretty clear on it, but now it's going to be refined and redefined and streamlined so that it can be easier for you, especially in this new way of communicating and doing what you're doing. So children will play an even more prominent role this month. And February boosts that love life and romance idea for you. So who knows? Who knows? If you are single, it's interesting that I was just talking about what I saw on TV. It's about being a creative dater, if that's what you really want to do. I mean, if you really want to date, it has to be in a creative way, in this new way of doing things. And I know that you can find that if that's something that you truly, truly want. Otherwise, it's okay. Sorry, fuzz came off of my sweater and it was like dancing in front of my face. Okay, here we go. Virgo. It's rare that there's so much planetary energy concentrated in one area of the sky, but it is. Just as we had this concentration in Capricorn, now we have it in Aquarius. So this is harmony, Virgo, for your 6th house. You can carve out your own niche, allowing you to be more useful, better at what you do, and well paid. So again, we're looking at that refining and redefining of what you're doing. And even to the point that you are excited, even passionate about what you do. And can you imagine the attraction that you have with that passion and excitement and that power that you feel about what you're doing? Things are calmer at home, and you're happy if you're a parent. Things are streamlining and moving along. If you do have relationships in your life that are confusing or irritating, they aren't any longer. And it could very well be they haven't changed, you have. You've learned to not allow it to enter into your awareness to the point of being aggravated. So if that's what it is, they haven't changed, but you have, that's a beautiful space to be in. I mean, that's better than having them change, because that means you haven't. That means other areas still can, push your buttons. But learning how to not allow the buttons to be pushed by whomever really is the way to go. Yeah, it is, Catherine. That's why I love that, watching that on TV. So that was the when they were describing it. I don't even remember what I was watching, but it was very interesting, and people liked it that way because they really felt they got to know someone better. So be optimistic, Virgo, if you are single, in finding the right person. Know that that person is out there. Create that your own avatar, if you will, of your ideal person that you want to meet. And that's the way that they can come into your life at that point. Okay, Cancer. Your solar 8th house is emphasized. This is the house of transformation. Starting now and continuing through 2021. This is the house of mysteries, transformation, birth and death, other people's money, all 8th house stuff. Yes, of course. Well, yeah. The catfishing is that's gonna be part of it, absolutely. But if you're secure, if you already know who you are and secure in who you are, the catfishing, I think, has come and is more susceptible to people that are needy. If you're not needy and you're going to be able to read between the lines. I mean, there's been some crazy stuff out there, but it all depends on where you are in terms of your own energy. If you're secure in who you are, not needy, knowing that yes, if that person comes along, yes, if it's okay, then it's okay. But if you are in a needy place where you've just felt a loss or you're just feeling lonely, that's what you're going to attract. So it's really depends on if you're going to go into the online dating to go from a secure, loving place of yourself to start that. Yeah. For Cancer, you're gaining a lot of wisdom with this 8th house emphasis. And it's not a bad thing. It's an important thing. It really is. So what's good is that any work that you find to be obsessive now that like you have to do it. And it's interesting because we're talking about catfishing and online dating. Anything that you're doing now that feels obsessive, take a second look at it. Choose wisely. Take a second look if you feel like, I have to do this, I must do this. If it's in a needy, obsessive way, that's not the way to go. Because instead of elevating your energy and through passion and joy, you're now depleting energy through this obsessive behavior. So be careful, because Cancer, you're a water sign. You are very caring and loving, and sometimes that has to take a look at in terms of what is our real reason for doing this. The fact that you have so much happening in your 8th house is really digging deep for you to take a look at that. You can spot where to make money, and that's really a good thing. And a friend may need your help now. Around the 11th, feelings are intense and deeply loving, and this is because of the new moon in Pisces. So deal with feelings honestly. Cancer, you're a water sign. You can't help it, but you do have control. That's the whole point. You're in charge of you, Cancer, water sign or not. You still are in charge of you. And if it feels like a negative pull, I must do this for whatever, take a look at that and why. Is there something that is feeling a loss within you or empty within you that you have to fill it up with doing this behavior? Or does it come from that overflowing cup? That's the most important thing to look at. Are you doing this behavior because you think it's going to fill up your cup, or are you doing it from that loving, overflowing cup? So that's again, Cancer, water sign. So this is the best way to take a look at that for sure. And again, it's not an easy thing, because if you're very sensitive, Cancer, and you have such wonderful love and feelings, but it's just understanding what is the motivation for it. Aries sun sign or Aries rising sign. The first week of February may seem like an uphill climb concerning work, competition, and completion and surprises. And they may not be fun. Persevere. Do not give up. You are in charge. You hold all the cards. So these may just be distractions. They're not feeling like distractions, but they are distractions. So the new moon on the 11th is right on top of Venus and Jupiter. And see, this is what's so beautiful about this loving, amazing, for Venus and Jupiter to come together. And at the new moon in Pisces, oh my goodness. So it's just before Valentine's Day, which we consider the romantic day, but this new moon is really powerful because of Venus and Jupiter. So this is the best day of the year to get together with significant others, people that you care about, or looking for new friendships, new ways of connecting. The days surrounding the 11th, all around that day, are sprinkled with magic dust for friendship and even more. So stay open. It may not be that you are reaching out to look. What it feels like to me is you are in such a loving, expansive place. Things are coming to you. Now, does that also mean that you're just going to accept everything that comes to you? No. Again, it's with that discernment and with the energy of, I'm going to take a look at this. I know who I am. I'm going to allow the opportunity to connect, not necessarily jump into a relationship if that's what it is, or a business partnership, or whatever it happens to be. The opportunities will abound for you to connect, and then you have to make the choice of what works best for you. So Taurus, the sun, the new moon, Mercury, Venus, which is your ruling planet, Taurus, and Jupiter are all packed at the top of your chart. And that's in the 10th house of career, reputation, ambition, all of those things that we see as prominent in terms of what we do. This much energy in one place has got to be powerful. So focus on a job, improving or getting a new one. Improving the new one, getting a new one. You have the energy behind you. So it's not the ideal time to make changes at home, but there may be no choice. There may be some shift that you have to make. There, again, redefining, refining. Go with it. It's necessary. The full moon on the 27th guides you, and February 11th with the new moon, your love life is in the spotlight. So changes are coming, Taurus. Interesting, because that's where my moon is. Ooh. Gemini, your solar ninth house is where the action is, focusing on education, travel, law, medicine, and the written word. Mercury retrograde puts everything on the table. What do you need to learn, or what skill can you acquire to achieve a professional long-term goal? Now, this is important. Gemini, you're an air sign, just like Aquarius. So, what do you need to do right now? Whether it's learn, reach out to communicate, whatever it happens to be, the energy supports you to do this for your long-term goal. Someone close leaves, and you feel freedom with that. It's not a bad thing. It's just that breathing space. You now have breathing space. So it's not like, oh my gosh, this person has been a pain and thorn in my side, and I'm so glad they're gone. It's not necessarily one of those. It's just being in close quarters, whatever, all the lifestyle that we have right now. Now all of a sudden it's like, okay, I have breathing room. Deep conversation is really the key to intimacy. So if you are in a committed relationship, make all topics open with your partner. And there, again, this is where the Connect with Joy reading really comes into play, because the energy that you bring to the table on what you want revealed and how you want to correct things is going to surface. It has to. Okay, Leo. Treat yourself like gold this month. Okay, I can do that. With so much energy in your opposite sign, partnerships are the order of the day. Work is not a chore, but it leads to somewhere with easy output and effort. Easy and relaxed. Catherine, here we go. Easy and relaxed. Happy family changes and well wishes come to you from others. So that's interesting. Happy family changes. So that should be interesting. I wonder if my roof counts. You're happiest in partnership, and that's true. Now of all kinds, and even the partner that may seem irritating. And single Leos can locate a good, I like this, quote unquote, prospect now. So a prospect doesn't mean permanent. It can mean the opportunity to connect with someone and have a good time, but it doesn't have to be permanent. Okay, let's see. We have not done Capricorn. This is the last one. February asks you to make decisions about what work you have to do and what work you want to do. I'm going to say that again. February asks you to decide what work you have to do and what work you want to do. There's decisions coming for those. You're good at making money. Capricorn rules the career sector. The material world is yours. You know how to make money. This is part of being a Capricorn. And you'd like to escape. So you want on the one side, so there's this push-pull going on right now. You have to decide. So children are unpredictable, are costly now, different things happening, whether it's illness, whether it's school stuff, whether it's projects, whatever happens to be, there's just things going on. It's just part of life. So tension may be between you and your partner over sex or money. So that's the 8th house. All of that stuff is in the 8th house. So talk to each other. Talk to each other. Again, there is no accident that the reading special for this month is Connect with Joy. If you're single, a sudden attraction is not what you expect. So it's like, wow, all of a sudden drawn to someone that would not have checked off all the boxes of who you were attracting. That makes for an interesting time. Okay, we've got all this now, and first card for Rose. And I'm using Teddy's cards. I love my Teddy's cards. And if you have any questions about this, and by the way, if you are interested in your own reading, astrology reading, that includes your chart, that's a half an hour reading, or it can be an hour reading. So do reach out. Any questions, whether it's about astrology or tarot or questions about yourself, please reach out. This is such an opportunity now for us to have clarity. Okay, Rose. Okay. This is the acrobat. The acrobat is about being flexible, obviously, but it's also about being flexible, and I know, you did it. It's about being flexible, but it's also being childlike. Look, with the monkey, that's about having fun. This is the Page of Stones, and the page is the youth of the court cards, and stones, of course, is the earth sign. So it's about remembering to have fun, remembering to enjoy yourself. I think, didn't you have something along this lines before, Rose? And that's when you took off on the motorcycle and had the afternoon off and took care of yourself and just had fun. So this is telling you, enjoy. Just get out there. Be flexible with your time. Be flexible with what's going on. And just enjoy it. Just have a good time with this. And because it's stones, and because this is the Page of Stones, what it's telling you is it's very possible for you to go ahead and go back and finish all your activities and forget what it's like to have fun and play. This card is the reminder to do that. Now, Rose, you've got a lot of responsibilities, and I know it's heartfelt with how much you do for your dad. But this is also saying, do for you too. Again, it's that overflowing cup. It's that you cannot take care of others from a cup that is not overflowing. So, all right, Rose, since you got on first, I love it. Okay, Pamela, here we go. Let me shuffle these cards one more time for Teddy's cards. So this must be an Earth Energy Day, Pamela, because here it is, the Artiste. This is the Queen of Stones. This is taking that wonderful Earth energy, the Queen of Stones, and harvesting it, because it is about the harvest, but it's about creating. And I know that you've been doing, okay, Rose is going to Mardi Gras. All right. So this is about creating. And you know what, Pamela, look at the butterfly. Feel that connection here with nature and wildlife. Have you been doing more of the intuitive work with the connecting with the nature connections, whether it's animals or plants, or doing some, have you been doing more of that, Pamela? But because this feels, along with being creative, I'm also feeling that you've been more expansive with doing this. So I'm not sure, but this feels really good, and it feels very expansive to me and creative at the same time. And I'm not sure, because I know your wonderful connection, your animal connection, your intuitive connection with them, including butterflies, that there's something more there. So I'm not sure, Pamela, but I'm really feeling that this is very expansive for you. I really feel it in my chest. Really expansive in terms and creative of what you want to do. I love it. I love it. It would be really interesting if you, I know that you've been creative in making things, but and art is your thing. But I didn't know if, because I have some of your ceramics, so I didn't know if maybe you were doing some painting now. Not sure. I don't know why I'm seeing furniture being painted, but with decorative, not just put a coat of paint on it, but something decorative. I'm not sure, but I'm getting a lot of creative energy from you, Pamela, and I don't know if you're still on now, but I hope you get to see this after. Catherine. Okay. This is the Nine of Spirals. The Nine of Spirals. So this is an air sign. So this really is about, as I look at this, it's about you're in charge. There's so much going on in terms of communication and what's happening for you that it is amazing in itself in what you're able to do. What I'm feeling from this is that you've got a lot going on in so many different directions, so many different areas, and it's I'm trying to sort through what I'm feeling, because it feels a little confusing right now, so I'm not exactly sure exactly what that is. Maybe this is what's relating to your tiny house. But it just feels like you're having to be assertive in getting things done and seeing things come to fruition and seeing things be completed, and that you have to, and I'm not saying that it's like you're expecting it to be done this way or whatever, but that you have to put your energy into it in terms of asserting yourself in working and planning it. Okay, because it feels real. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling the lawyer hot air. I'm feeling the confusion with this. That there's just like a whole bunch of things going on and a whole bunch of information that's coming in for all these things, and trying to sift and sort through all of it. Now, I love that the birds are up here, because generally crows or blackbirds are considered to be very mystical. And there's also almost what appears to be as a watch. So it's feeling like you have to have this done by a certain time for it to work out really, really well. And then it may not be done at that certain time. And so that's what this is about, is you may have to create the plan. You may have to get in there and say, this is what needs to be done. What is our date? What is the time that we're going to feel this happening? What is the time that it's going to correct itself? Whatever that happens to be, I'm feeling that you have to do this, because this is the air sign. Yeah, this is the air sign. So this really is about your taking charge, more charge of what was going on. Again, it's like I'm feeling all this stuff going on around me, so I'm trying to figure out what is the focus, how does that move forward. So, yeah, it's about you. So, bottom line is, you can't be in confusion. You have to be aligned and focused on where it is that you want to go and help set a plan. Does that make sense? Because it could very well relate to the tiny house and all the different parts that are floating around in space and then getting confused about it. So it may very well be that sometimes when we sit back and are allowing, does not feel like allowing all the pieces to come together. Sometimes we can just, and it may not even be like surrendering. It can just be a feeling of, when is this ever going to happen? It's never going to happen type feeling. A negative space, rather than, yes, I see this going, I'm going to reach out, I'm going to do all. And I know, easy to say, right, with being in communication all day with clients. But it really is feeling that right now. So, I'm going to draw another card, Catherine, because I'm not feeling complete on that one because of the confusion. So let's see if we can have, I don't want to stay in a state of confusion. So let's take another positive look at this. Okay, here we go. This is the High Priestess. This then reinforces that you are in charge. You can create this. Your intuition is high. You are visualizing all of this coming together, all of the cooperative components coming together to create what it is that you want created. And you're taking an active, energetic, and physical role, not that you're out there digging holes, which you have done in the past pretty much, that you're taking an active, energetic role in seeing this happen. Okay, I like that card so much better because I wasn't feeling all that, you know, we don't want to stay in a state of confusion. It's not a positive place to be in. So how do we move forward and how do we make that happen? So yes, absolutely. Okay. All right, this was a good day. Again, Tarot Flow, February 13th. Angie and I are right there with you, and it's at 10 o'clock. Tasha, those of you that are attending Tasha's Manifested Board for Money Manifested Board party is at noon. So this is a perfect way. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Benita. I would love to do that. That would be so wonderful. Thank you. So Tarot Flow is a perfect way to marry the intuitive card readings and the essential oils and get to have them. The last one was hell yeah. And what that was created from the readings because, yes, Catherine, that was created from the readings because it came out that if you're not feeling hell yeah, then it's a hell no. And so this essential oil was named the hell yeah essential oil. So you get to use that through the month till we have another one. And we alternate between Saturdays and Thursday evenings. So it's usually either the second Thursday or the second Saturday. So this month it happens to be at 10 o'clock on February 13th, and the link is in the notes. Also, this month's reading, it's about joy. It's about connecting with joy, and that is for you individually, or it's for you and a partner. Either way, either one is perfect for you. You may need to learn how to connect with your own inner joy to create the joy around you. But if you're in a partnership, whether it be romantic, personal, business, I'm telling you this works well for business partners as well, in even finding out if it's something that you should be doing in terms of working together in partnership. And especially now with all this Aquarian energy, and we're talking about working with groups and working together, it's really a good foundation for this. So it can be romantic, personal, family, business, whatever it happens to be, two people coming together to find out how they work well and what makes that communication and what makes that energy the best for success. So that's really great, and that's only a half an hour for $49. So it's wonderful. Also, connect with me for astrology and the online tarot gallery reading, which is a subscription, is either Tuesday at noon or Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock. We had a Thursday evening. That is now full. It is not a 100-person event. There are 10 to 12 people that will show up for this online tarot gallery reading. Again, if you check the link, you can get the description and find out about what that is, along with the tarot flow. We'll take you to the landing page with the description. It is tomorrow, February. It is fantastic. Life is good. And I wish you all the very best. I hope I didn't forget anything. And of course, Ruth, if I did, you'll let me know. So this is a beautiful time of life. It is a beautiful time to be here. And all we want to do is make the most of it with as much joy as possible. Through it all, through everything that's happening, we're focusing on the positive. By the way, you can see half of a heart. The whole heart didn't make it into the picture there. I was cleaning out and I found this. It still had a price tag on it. And I thought, whoa, that's not bad. So maybe I'll figure out how to move it so more of it is showing for the month of February. Wishing you all a happy Sunday. And remember, joy has your name on it. Bye now.